3.7 FM, The Fan. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Beast versus Blitz, as it has been over the last 3 days here in Metro Atlanta. A cool, well, let's just call it flat out cold. A cold still on his feet after eluding a couple of tacklers. Good carry by the back. Live from Fifth Third Bank on the campus, Fifth Third Bank Stadium on the campus of Kennesaw State University here in Metro Atlanta. Thanks for joining us on the OD Bowl YouTube channel. Here with a play-by-play story, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Our final game of the 3-day affair here in Metro Atlanta for OD Bowl week. It's Team Beast versus Blitz. Quarterback under center this play. Going to toss back to the running back, headed towards the right side. 31 trying to look for the 45-yard line, and he has it. On the carry, Miles Berry. My roster sheet's correct. The Virginia native. You'll wonder what sort of ball game you'll see here in the finale this evening. We had a high-scoring offensive affair. It was fairly cleanly played a couple of games ago, and then our last affair was penalty-riddled. McFadden coming down here to the near side, has the midfield stripe, and eventually out of bounds at what might be the 48-yard line. Yes, indeed, they'll give McFadden the 48. That is Levon McFadden Jr., the Pennsylvania native at quarterback. Yeah, 2 games ago, we had ourselves a high-scoring affair. Ended up at 28-8. Really good ball game. Better than the score may indicate. Last game 12-8, but one that really became very exciting in the fourth quarter. Of course, the game of the day was our 10 a.m. ball game, a 22-20 Blitz victory. What a ball game that was. Beast with a fine opening drive here to start our 4 p.m. ball game. We're 4 minutes into the affair, and they're in plus territory. McFadden takes a snap. He's under duress, being chased by a defender. Going to fire. Has his wide receiver, but incomplete. Looking for Jackson Woodhouse on that play, trying to find Woodhouse. Second down play coming up. Well, I know I've already mentioned it, but it has been a factor today, will be a factor throughout the rest of this ball game, has impacted each affair, the weather. It's cold, it's crisp, the wind blowing. You'll be able to tell during certain plays that the track and the field are wet. You'll see some players slip. It did rain heavily on a couple of occasions. This field drains very, very well. This is a world-class facility here at Kennesaw State University, but grass still obviously going to be very, very slick for these youngsters. McFadden on the straight snap, going to bring it up towards the 45-yard line. He'll reach that. And that'll bring up a 3rd and long coming up. They still need the 38 for the first down mark. Playing football on New Year's Eve. Here's hoping you had a great 2016 and that you have a great 2017. Good crowd on hand here in Metro Atlanta. Right now, the capital of football, at least for the next few hours. Atlanta is. We got the OD Bowl facility. Okay, cool. That's good. As long as you knew something was going on. Just let me know when I'm back.
Timeout. Injured player.
Yo. Color. Copy. I can't hear myself, just for the record. Copy. Copy. Back on the field of play. Injured player down on the field. Everybody on one knee, as is the custom here. Able to get the young man up and on his feet. Love to see that. That's Hayden Elegon II, a California native. Up on his feet and off the field under his own power. There was a penalty on the field.
Check that. Block in the back. Block in the back. The official penalty.
And now the clock winding. Past the midway point, first quarter here in Kennesaw. Beeston Blitz, scoreless early. B squad to the line of scrimmage. McFadden still in the ball game at quarterback, gonna hand it off to the running back, trying to get loose and cannot do so. That's Berry again on the carry. Saw Berry with a fine carry earlier in this drive. Miles of the Virginia native. Getting a look at the defensive penetration here. How about that play? Flying in and absolutely no problem making that play for the blitz squad. Andrew Parrish, the New York native, number 95, the defensive end. See Parrish right about the middle of your screen right there with white helmet on. Swaying back and forth. He's got that energy working. Be staring down a 2nd and long after that defensive play. They need 16-yard line for a first down. Very, very long 2nd down play. And McFadden wrapped up 3 yards shy of the line of scrimmage. My goodness. After moving the ball a good bit. Now all of a sudden they're moving backwards. Noticeably. At time number 38, Jay Jones. Jay Jones on the stop. Jones, a West Virginia native, a linebacker on the roster here. McFadden gets a call from his coach, heads back out here, going to be in the shotgun with a wide receiver to his, or I'm sorry, a running back to his right. That's Asay. High snap, he stays with it, gives it off to Asay, who's wrapped up.
On the carry, a loss on the play. Change of possession. The Beats will punt it away to the blitz.
And so the old automatic punt is employed by Team Beast. About all they could do after losing that massive yardage. If you're new, the uninitiated, by the way, let me make sure to go ahead and get this out here because we'll probably see it numerous times throughout the ball game. Both of these teams afforded, according to the rules of the OD Bowl play for the youth games, what I've come to call the automatic punt. I don't believe that's the official term, but I just like to call it the automatic punt, in that neither team has to kick the football away. The other team is given the football about 30 yards back or so, 25 yards or so back.
1st and 10 for blitz.
And takes over the possession automatically. So blitz with the football, their second opportunity of the ball game. And the running back up over the 20-yard line, even if ever so slightly. Looks like they're going to give him the 21-yard line, and a 2nd and medium coming up. Guzmano on the carry. There's Matthew Guzmano, number 35, the New York native, on that carry. Break the huddle in a 2nd and medium with 4 wide receivers. Twins on each side, a back in the block, or perhaps for the delay. And they do hand it to him. He'll try to cut up the middle, surprise the defense, have a couple of yards, and set up a 3rd and short. That's Guzmano again. And we'll take another look. Jaden Young is quarterback, by the way. The New Jersey native. Well, actually, that's JT Withers who's in the ball game right now. Withers, the right-hander, takes a snap, looks, now flush from the pocket a bit. He'll fire to his wide receiver or the outlet running back maybe. And he's up to the 25-yard line. Not much more doing than that, and it'll certainly be shy of the first down by about 2 yards. And the hit laid on by that young man. Quite fittingly, I suppose. K. Morian, excuse me, Lewis, the defensive back with Boom on the back of his jersey. Good job keeping your eyes up there, Boom. Always keep your head up, keep your eyes up. K. Lewis, Louisiana native. Now, they did give them a first down on that play, by the way. That was a very fortuitous spot. When he was first dropped, looked like he was going to be a solid yard shy of the first down. But I'm just paid to call the game and not to officiate, so it's a first down nonetheless. Second down going to be coming up after that carry by number 18, Thomas Bacon Jr. And that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. No score between Blitz and Beast on the OD Bowl YouTube channel.
Offense, defense football camps, ages 7 to 17. Over 40 plus locations across the nation. Join us this summer and learn the skills necessary to dominate the gridiron. Offense, defense football camps. The oldest and best contact camps in the country. OD.com.
Gotta protect your skull. We're here to bring awareness. Athletic or not, everybody need to hear this. Gotta protect your skull. Trying to reduce traumatic brain injuries and enjoying life is the victory. Gotta protect your skull. After the sport, after the dance, go. After the sport, after the dance, go. The game has evolved. See the growth. Your quality of life, it matters most. Gotta protect your skull.
Back inside Fifth Third Bank Stadium on the campus of Kennesaw State University. Friends, fans, and family making the trek to Metro Atlanta. Lights burning bright here as we head into the evening. Well, almost the late afternoon. Flag on the field. Legal substitution. We have 12 men on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Indeed. Blitz going to be hit with 12 men on the field. Calm down, ladies. Calm down.
Illegal participation.
Yeah, 12 men on the field for team blitz, so they'll be backed up 5 yards.
Ball on the blitz. 5-yard penalty.
Second and 14 play. Right side. Great job of cutting back. And he's up to the 15. You telling me I'm making fun of people? You copy? All right. I was.
Noble is on the last play, number 22.
Oh, third and very long here. 19. Minute 10 in. Oh, nice breakaway run here. Good positive yardage up over the 25-yard line.
The 25. Opposite the original line of scrimmage. They'll bring on fourth down.
So a fourth down call coming up. No chance they'd go for it this deep in their own territory, I imagine. And in fact, we will have the automatic punt. 10:24 remaining in the second quarter of our final ball game. A 3-day affair in Metro Atlanta. Some of the finest youth football you'd find across America on this field here in Kennesaw. The adjacent fields here at the KSU Sports Complex. Not everyone wants to be on the big screen. You often see so many people who love being on the big screen. Not everybody does. Clock winding at 10:15, second quarter. Offense at a premium in this final ball game, at least so far. Want to remind you fans to join us on o-d.com, the OD Bowl website. You can find out about the various 40-plus camp locations across America where your young person can take place in the OD coaching program. Just go to o-d.com for further details. And off to the back, plowing through, getting about a half-yard gain, shy of the 45-yard line. Jones in on the tackle. Good job of fighting through the blocker and getting to that tackle. Jesus Hernandez is checked into the ball game at quarterback, by the way. The North Carolina native, Jesus Hernandez. Got a tight end on the bottom side, and he'll flip it out to the running back. A little high for him. He's able to corral it, trying to get to the next level. Can't quite do so. Not back to the line of scrimmage either. And so 3rd and long coming up now. Toss back to Miller. I believe that was Roman Miller on the carry. And the California native caught behind the line of scrimmage. Indeed. Should be an interesting call here. Hernandez can absolutely throw the football. Got a wide receiver on top side, left side. He's actually headed back over here to the sideline to get the call from his coach. Now he'll have to streak up to the middle of the field, get everybody directed. He's got a 2-back set behind him. 2 wide receivers and an offset. And he's throwing to the top side where he has his man, 40. Got to get away from a defender or two. Great job by the defenders to stay home. Noble was there on the play, number 22. Great job by Noble to stay responsible, stay patient, stay in your lane, and make that play. Nikolai Noble, the New York native. And that'll bring us to 4th down and the automatic punt. So the blitz squad getting the football back. 7:16 second quarter. Been very busy here on the YouTube channel over the last 3 days. We had 6 games on Thursday, 6 games yesterday, 5 games today. And a lot of these fans that you see in our crowd shots, by the way, have multiple young people playing in these games. 2 and 3 sons they'll have playing in these games. And so they'll oftentimes spend all 3 days on location for the games. Ball on the turf and loose, and this is the kind of break that the Beast squad was looking for, and they have, in fact, recovered the fumble. Mishandled snap. And falling right down on top of it was number 43. Let me make sure I get this guy's number right and give him his credit. Camden Sowers, the linebacker out of Pennsylvania.
For 43, Sowers on the fumble recovery. The Beast will take possession of the football. First and 10.
The Beast just sent the football away to blitz, by the way. Remember that now. Fourth down play just a moment ago, punted it away to them, and they basically gained 30 yards on the very next play. How about that? Handoff to the first back through. He's going to power over the 25-yard line. Be shy of the 30, but they might give him the 32-yard line on the carry. Number 36, George Asay. Speaking of families that had multiple young men playing here this week.
Pick up a 4 yards on the play.
About to hit the halfway mark of this second quarter. Closing in on the 6-minute mark. 2nd and 6 play coming up. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line officially. Will they call it the 22? Maybe the 23. Snap. Handoff. Asay again to the near side. On right side, short side. And has the first down, just shy of the 15-yard line. 36 with another solid carry.
Henderson on the defensive tackle. Not before a first down.
Team blitz, A.J. Henderson came flying in. The defensive back from the state of Florida to make the tackle. There he is. Well, that was a fundamentally sound tackle, by the way, by 23. Stood him up. Took him on. First and 10 play. 16-yard line. Inside the red zone now is the Beast squad. Snap. Handoff. Boy, barely got that handoff delivered. And it turns into a pretty good gainer, by the way. Roman Miller with a positive gainer on what was almost a disastrous type play. Jonathan Bartholomew is into the ball game at quarterback now. There you see him, Bartholomew, number 1, the New York native. He and Miller, oh baby, doing everything they could to get that handoff delivered. In a perfect world, if you're a supporter of the Beast squad, coach, friend, family member, or player, as you see some of the coaches for the Beast squad, you'd like to run this last 4 minutes off the clock. Take this thing all the way down and get 6 out of it. Handoff first back through, almost a fullback, A-back type handoff, if you will. And a good gainer. And they're just slowly chipping away, you notice. And that's how big a turnover can be, by the way. Keep in mind, they were struggling to move the football before getting that turnover. You get that turnover, and it actually starts to change the complexion of things and gives your team sometimes new life. Gavin Holman, the man on that last carry, by the way, and he's still in the ball game, kind of in the fullback position. Holman in the block, and he'll get it again. And the big guy trying to power his way down inside the 4-yard line. They'll give him at least the 3. We'll see where the official spot is. Trying to use the big cat down inside the 5-yard line. This 2nd and goal play coming up. Clock continues to wind at 2:50. There you see it. 6-7. They will give him the 2-yard line. Just at the 2-yard line. B squad in no hurry. Exactly as you would have suspected. Now it looks like they've made a change, by the way. Jesus Hernandez back out there offensively at the quarterback position. And a flag on the field. Delay of game penalty. Well, you don't want to be in a hurry because you want to continue to run the clock, but you certainly do not want the delay of game penalty to back yourself up 5 yards.
Penalty moves the football back to the 7-yard line. Second and goal.
And now the clock winding, or should be. There we go. Hernandez, saw him come streaking into the huddle with the play call from his coach. Ball spotted 7-yard line now on second and goal. Got a tight end to his right. Hands off to the back. That's Miller again, down inside the 5-yard line. 26, good little runner. Shifty. Pretty good upper body control. In that last rush, he was able to turn his body sideways just a tad bit and by about another half yard, maybe a full yard. Get it down to the 5-yard line. Obviously 4-down territory here. No kicking. We talked about that a moment ago. No punts. We also have no field goals at this age range. So you got 2 plays to get the 5 yards you need on 3rd down. Get that 6 points. And we've got a timeout on the field. Oh, wait a minute now. No, another penalty. Yeah, it was in fact a delay of game penalty, and now they're going to call the timeout. That draws the ire of some of the parents in the stands, and for good reason. Bit of miscommunication there. Blitz, by the way, part of it, still had 3 timeouts sitting on. Beast did, I should say. So they'll use their first timeout of this first half. By the way, I want to also remind you fans, you'll see out on the field oftentimes photographers. And you may wonder if this is the first time you've seen this affair, these photographers out in the middle of the field. This is a good opportunity for you as parents, friends, family to order pictures from the event. You see the Glossy Events folks out on the field. There's one of their stalwart members out there enduring the rain and the cold. Right in the middle of the action, these guys are sometimes. And I mean that quite literally. Quite literally, they're right in the middle of the action. It's a hard day's living, even when you love working in the business, to be out on that field in this cold and rainy and wet type day. So again, 2 downs to get into the end zone. You know that's what you're looking at, but now it's from the 10-yard line on 3rd down and goal. Bartholomews check back into the ball game. Little speedster, little scat back who will squirt in between the taller trees on the line of scrimmage. But he is snowed under there after maybe a 2-yard gain at best, and a timeout called by the Beast squad at 46.6. Registration's already begun for the OD Bowl 2017, or the end of 2017, next year's OD Bowl festivities, and of course the camps that will take place in the spring and the summer. Again, want to remind you fans to visit us at o-d.com, o-d.com for further details. Everybody bundled up here in Kennesaw. Well, this will be an interesting play call. I think we've seen Team Beast throw the football maybe twice so far in the ball game, but maybe 3, and if I'm forgetting 1 or 2, 4 times, but definitely not more than 4 times. Probably 2 or 3 times in the ball game so far. And you have to imagine that's what we'll see here. They are. They've got one option into triple coverage, and it's incomplete. And that was a young man making up his mind that that's what he was going to do and where he was going to throw it without even surveying the defense. That was a big-time chance there, and I'm going to tell you something else. If that ball had been intercepted, that would have been a return possibility because there was, well, the defense had the numbers down here on the near side. So 38.6, Blitz going to get the football back with 3 timeouts, by the way. So maybe an outside shot that they could make something happen. It's all going to depend on the first couple of plays. Linebackers pulling up. Safeties at normal depth, and there will be a handoff to the running back, who's moderately gained tackled shy of the 10-yard line. That's going to be number 18, Thomas Bacon Jr., the New York native on the carry. Team Beast going to call a timeout, use their final timeout at 32.7. No doubt another coaching opportunity. Taking every bit of it he can. Great job by our fearless production crew tonight. Well, I should say today, because we've been here all throughout the day. Should have got somebody from Stadium Operations to get up here and work on this heater in the broadcast booth. I'm dressed as warmly as the folks you see out there in the crowd. Rob freezing his tail off in the crowd. Everybody bundled up. And coffees, yes, many, many coffees being consumed today. Oh, one guy earlier when I made a run was putting his hot chocolate and his coffee together. A throwing opportunity. A dangerous play, and it's intercepted. Intercepted just beyond the 20-yard line, and that makes the Beast coaching staff look awfully, awfully smart after they used that timeout just a moment ago. Berry comes away with the interception. Or was it Jones? Jones and Berry right there on the defensive play nonetheless. And the turnover of the interception. Well, we'll get a look at it right here. Yes, Jones. Number 25, Myron Jones, the defensive back out of California. Well, how big will that turn out to be? 22-yard line. Possession now back in the hands of the B squad. No timeouts remaining. Now, big scoreboard says 1 timeout, but fairly certain they're out of timeouts. No matter. We'll see how it unfolds here. Snap to the quarterback, a new quarterback, by the way, who fires a pass, caught down inside the 15-yard line, inside the 20, then makes a move to get down inside the 15-yard line. On the reception, number 24, Cameron Lewis. Gotta hurry, 15 seconds. Yeah, they don't have a timeout. So they're rushing to the line of scrimmage. Gotta check, this might be the final play of the first half. Take the snap and look. Under pressure, trying to stay alive, and he's brought down. That is McFadden. Now wait 1 second, officials saying hold on just one moment. Well, indeed, it will be the final play of the first half. Scoreless at the end of a half from Kennesaw.
Offense, defense football camps, ages 7 to 17. Over 40 plus locations across the nation. Join us this summer and learn the skills necessary to dominate the gridiron. Offense, defense football camps. The oldest and best contact camps in the country. OD.com.
Yes, everyone. I knew it. Trust your instincts, ladies and gentlemen. We do have one last untimed down. A deep ball into the corner of the end zone. One last shot, and it'll fall incomplete for Team Beast. Well, an exciting end to our first half. And now officially to the half scoreless from Kennesaw between Beast and Blitz on the OD YouTube channel.
A low score between the Blitz and the Beast. How about a big hand for both of these two teams so far, playing a great defensive battle. Down by the jumbotron. Players are headed down the locker room where you are turning your rental equipment from offense defense. Do that after this game is over. Again, this is the last game on this field. There is one more game on the alternate field. We have enjoyed our stay here at Kennesaw State University.
Offense, defense football camps, ages 7 to 17. Over 40 plus locations across the nation. Join us this summer and learn the skills necessary to dominate the gridiron. Offense, defense football camps. The oldest and best contact camps in the country. OD.com.
Back on the campus of Kennesaw State University here in Metro Atlanta. Fifth Third Bank Stadium is the site for the second half of our final game over the three-day affair for the OD Bowl week. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Here's wishing you a happy new year. We are scoreless. Yes, scoreless throughout the first half of our matchup of Blitz versus Beast. Each team with, I'd say Blitz with maybe one legitimate shot at scoring in the ball game. Beast with probably a couple as far as particular drives. Right there at the end of the first half, Beast driving all the way down inside the 5-yard line where they were held out of the end zone at the end of the first half. So we stay at 0-0. Big defensive play there as Young, who checks into the ball game at quarterback, is brought down by a host of defenders. Number 57, Trinzel Lewis, the Florida native for the Beast squad, in on that tackle. Jaden Young gets his team back to the line of scrimmage, the New Jersey native. Got 3 wide receiver set, and he has the option to pass. Instead, he's going to flip off to the running back, who finds a lane, gets the 30, 35, now the 40, 45, and 50. And a defensive back comes up from behind and brings him down in plus territory. Really solid run there by number 21, Rashawn Lamons. Let's take another look. Young with a run pass option, and then the flip to Lamons. Good speed for the little guy. Getting to the edge and coming down the sidelines. Rashawn, the Delaware native. After a tremendous run, it's 1st and 10. Ball spotted 43-yard line. Flip back. The toss going to get him the 40, the 35, and then out of bounds. That's Henderson this time. A.J. Henderson. Been a little while since we've called A.J.'s name, the Florida native. Making some plays defensively as well. Taking a look. Young flips it right to him. Great timing on the flip, enabling him to catch and go. Oh, by the way, Kay Lewis comes in to make the tackle, the Louisiana native. Seen a lot of Lewis in this ball game. Been very good in the secondary. 2nd and 2. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Need the 33 for the first down. 3 wide receivers set. Twins to the right side. Young fakes a handoff. Tries to roll to the left and is met behind the line of scrimmage once again by Lewis. Another big-time defensive play by Trinzel Lewis. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's check that. I don't know that that was Trinzel on that play. I beg your pardon. It might have been Cassidy who came flying in to make that play. I formation. 2 wide receivers. 3 wide receivers. Twins to the right side. Another toss. 21 trying to squirt through, and he's got positive yards, but only about a half yard at best. And so an interesting decision coming up here. Do you elect to go for the automatic punt on 4th and about a yard and a half, Well, they're going to say he didn't get past the 35-yard line, so 4th and 2. Looks like they are, in fact, going to go for it. Two schools of thought here, of course. Go for the automatic punt and pin them deep. Or you decide to go for it, which is what they're doing. Or maybe they want to talk about it. Yeah, timeout on the field, and Team Blitz going to talk about it. They'll use their first timeout of the half. Again, we're scoreless at 7:28, third quarter, second half of our final ball game. 6 games on Thursday here on the YouTube channel. 6 games yesterday, 5 games today. It's been a great 3-day affair here at Fifth Third Bank Stadium on the Kennesaw State University campus. About 20 miles, or about 20 minutes, pardon me, north of downtown Atlanta. Kennesaw State University, third largest university, just barely in the state of Georgia, about 34,000 students. Their athletics played at the Division I level. All their sports save football in the Atlantic Sun Conference. Their football team plays at the FCS level of Division I in the Big South Conference. It's a team that was maybe a win or two away from being a playoff team last year, as a matter of fact. Highly decorated baseball team throughout its history, a basketball team that won a national title in the early part of last decade, a highly decorated track and field team, and a very popular destination for international students across the world. So here's that 4th and 3 play, or a long 2 if you prefer. With the ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Snap to Young, gonna hand off to Lamons. He will get around the edge and get the first down. How about that? That was Noble on the carry. You know, I thought they were going to check in Nikolai Noble into the lineup at the last minute. And in fact, they did. Both of those two guys of the same build, and they were both over here on the sideline right before they were about to break from the sideline. Both Noble and Lamont standing next to each other. I thought when they broke the sideline huddle that it was Lamont that came out. I was right the first time. So Young in the shotgun with a new set of downs after the 4th and 3 carry. And during this play, we'll hit the midway point of this third frame. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and still on his feet. Oh, the tackler thought he was down, was trying to throw him to the turf, and instead, Noble stayed on his feet. My goodness. Well, that'll be a tough lesson to learn for that defensive player. Number 46, thought he was throwing him to the turf. Connor Ellis, Kansas man. Had Noble, and you could see, had him wrapped up, had him stopped, and then he looked like he was going to fling him down to the turf. Noble wasn't going down to the turf. He stayed on his feet and reached the 15-yard line. 1st and 10. 5-yard line will get him a new set of downs. Boy, this offense has been electric since Young checked back into the ball game. And now a false start. Young played just a tad bit early on in the ball game. Gosh, I don't know, I'm going to guess here, but maybe say 4 snaps in the first quarter. Don't believe we saw him at all in the second quarter. I could be wrong, but since he started this second half at quarterback, the blitz offense is, well, zoomed right down the field. I formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 to his left side. Designed keeper. Got the 15-yard line. Looks for the 10. Squirms in between a couple of defenders, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Jaden Young, the New Jersey native. Follow the block. There you go. Great job. Great look, by the way, by our camera crew. Myron Jones was in on the tackle, by the way. Jones, California. Clock continues to run. This is a time-consuming drive. Oh, by the way, this is still the opening drive. This is still the opening drive of the third quarter. I'll tell you what, it might be. We're down to 4:20. Toss to a brand new running back who's checked into the ball game, makes a first really good move on a defender. Second defender able to come and bring him down. Boom in on the play. So is Lewis. A couple of guys who have made a lot of defensive plays so far in this ball game. And that was A.J. Henderson back into the ball game, running the football. They've had success at the running back position between Henderson, Noble, and Lamons. And then, of course, the run game of Jaden Young at quarterback. You wonder if maybe that's where they'll start to settle in. Henderson, I'm sorry, checks out of the ball game. And Lamons checks back in. Bacon Jr. in as the blocking back. You see him there, the fullback or the up back if you prefer. Don't be surprised if he gets the football here. Not this time. Lamons will follow his block. Working, churning his legs, trying to get to the 5-yard line. He'll not reach that, but he does have about the 7. And so fourth down coming up.
Fourth and 2.
Good close look here at the conversation between the young men. You see the confidence as they break the huddle. Again, 2 yards for the first down. They need the 5-yard line. A 4 wide receiver set this time. With a back, that's just Bacon in the backfield with Young. 3-step drop. Flag on the field. He'll fire and have his man inside the 5-yard line. For the moment, it'll be a first down as he's brought down at the 4-yard line. But let's wait and see what this call is going to be from the men in stripes. Offsides on Team Beast. So it will be a first down. First and goal. Ball spotted just outside the 3-yard line. Let's take another look. Young step up and buy time. Trying to get a linebacker to suck up on top of him, which would free up a wide receiver or a running back. Bacon and Lamons in the backfield with Young. Snap, toss. Lamons looking, trying to find a lane, slips at the 5. 2-yard loss. No shame there, young man. Wet track. And a good job defensively, by the way, by Beast, Team Beast, to roll over and fill in the lanes. Good job by that linebacker core.
Loss on the play to the 6-yard line.
Sowers. That whole crew. Ellis to slide over. You fill it up. Second and goal play. Clock still winding, by the way. Down to 1:25. Young the snap. Decides to keep it. And he's hit shy of the line of scrimmage. So all of a sudden, with less room to work, I think that plays a part in their lack of success over the last couple of plays as things have started to really bunch up around the line of scrimmage. Connor Ellis on the tackle. As things have started to bunch up, Team Blitz is moving backwards from first and goal at the 3 to third and goal at the 6. No reason to panic, of course. You still know you got 2 plays to get in the end zone. Again, out of the shotgun. Jaden Young takes a snap. He's throwing this time. Looking, firing, caught at the 1-yard line. Dive into the end zone for the touchdown. Lamons. 6-0 Blitz at 27.9 third quarter. Watch the defensive back, by the way, narrowly miss this football. Oh, if 57 Lewis is playing the football and not the man, he may have been able to step in front of that pass and knock it down. Lewis may have just barely lost where he was in possession of the field. It's Young to Lamons. It's 6-0, two-point conversion coming up. Jaden under pressure. Rolls, looks, and gets into the end zone. Two-point conversion good, and that's big. 8-0 with a quarter to play. The New Jersey native with a touchdown pass, and now a scramble for the two-point conversion. And in some ways, potentially rising to be potentially the offensive MVP of this ball game, because this game again has turned on a dime since this young man entered at quarterback. Final 28 seconds, third quarter coming up, and Blitz now with an 8-0 lead. Sky's starting to darken here in Metro Atlanta. We start to, now we've crept just past 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. No reason to panic, of course, if your team beast. But in a perfect world, of course, you'd love to get points in this possession. Snap, handoff. First man through, off right tackle, or a right guard, I beg your pardon. Wasn't quite able to reach out to the tackle position. Carry by number 31, Miles Berry, the Virginia native.
From the first man hit there on the defensive side of the football for the Blitz.
And on the tackle, the Georgia native, J.T. Withers. Plays a little defense, plays a little quarterback. End of 3 quarters. The final stanza coming up. Blitz 8, Beast nothing on the OD Bowl YouTube channel.
Offense, defense football camps, ages 7 to 17. Over 40 plus locations across the nation. Join us this summer and learn the skills necessary to dominate the gridiron. Offense, defense football camps. The oldest and best contact camps in the country. OD.com.
Gotta protect your skull. We're here to bring awareness. Athletic or not, everybody need to hear this. Gotta protect your skull. Trying to reduce traumatic brain injuries and enjoying life is the victory. Gotta protect your skull. After the sport, after the dance, go. After the sport, after the dance, go. The game has evolved, see the growth. Your quality of life, it matters most. Gotta protect your skull.
The final quarter in 3 days of great football for OD Bowl 2016, or to wrap up the 2016 calendar year. Team Beast with our first play of this fourth quarter and a good defensive stop for the Blitz squad. A host of defenders, including Jay Jones, in on that one. Jay Jones leading the charge, the West Virginia native. Back for the final quarter. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Chris Mooneyham from The Fan, Atlanta sports leader, 680 and 93.7 FM. 6 great games worth of youth football on Thursday. 6 games right back here on Friday, and now 5 today on our YouTube channel. Of course, Thursday, the action culminated over on ESPN3 with the high school All-American game, the 88 we like to call it. Hand off to the back, tries to get to the right side, able to drag a defender for about a half-yard gain at best. all of a sudden it's become tough sledding for the run game of the Beast squad. Get a good look at Miller here, trying to plow through that first defender. That was the number 38, Jay Jones again. Just not much doing. Both of these teams so stout on the line of scrimmage and very good. Really, you know what, I say the line of scrimmage, but to be quite honest with you, I think the strength has been at the linebacker core in this ball game for both squads, and why both teams, for the most part in the ball game, for the most part, have struggled to be successful offensively. Now, as I mentioned, as I've touched on, that changed a little bit in that very last drive that we just saw for the boys in blue and green, because Jaden Young added a new dynamic. Speaking of a new dynamic, this is something that the Beast squad needs here. Good carry there by George Asay. Not enough for the first down mark, and blitz will take over. Not a big stop. Blitz with a potential chance to ice this one away as they make the stop on fourth down in their own territory, or they hold the Beast squad on fourth down in their own territory. Probably a more proper way of saying it. And so, quite a dangerous moment if you're a Beast supporter here. If you fall down 2 scores, you might be in a little bit of trouble. New quarterback into the ball game, by the way. Surprised to see that. The way Young was playing. Hand off, the running back locked up behind the line of scrimmage. And that'll be that for first down. The change of Jaden Young headed to the sideline, and JT Withers is the new man under center. Withers, the Georgia native, made a good defensive play on the last drive for Team Beast. Oh, one thing that these coaches do so well, they love to rotate in the players, even guys that are playing really well and that are very good. They do a very good job of working in multiple players at multiple positions. Withers going to step up. Now to the shotgun. Got a back to his left and 3 wide receivers. Got a tight end to his right as well. Take the snap and look. Looks like he's throwing the football. He's under pressure and brought down. 68 and 97. That's Aaron Hollis and Michael Duran. Aaron Hollis from North Carolina, Michael Duran from the state of California. Both of those young men in on the defensive stop, and a big one. A big one if you're Team Beast and you want to have a shot to come back and win this football game. Clock going to hit the 8-minute mark during this next play, which will be a 3rd and 19 play from the 45. Little offensive confusion, trying to figure out where everybody's supposed to be. Withers trying to shake loose from the defenders, decides to keep and is met shy of the 43. Boom in on that play. 24 making another fine defensive play. Maybe the best secondary player we've seen today. 2-4, a fundamentally sound tackler, by the way. And so now with fourth down, of course, we will see the old automatic punt. Just see some Green Bay supporters, some Packers supporters. They got a big ball game coming up tomorrow, don't they? as they'll take on the Lions for the division championship. Oh, some Raider fans. Gosh, I wonder what that gentleman's thinking. Is Derek Carr, with the injury last week, is an MVP candidate? Who knows what will happen with the Raiders now come time for the NFL playoffs. Of course, here in Atlanta, we're excited about the Falcons. Arguably the greatest offense in the franchise's history, a team that can score with anybody. I'll tell you, according to some advanced metrics, which I look at from time to time, one of the more efficient, high-scoring offenses in NFL history. Might surprise some folks to learn. Beast gets the football back. They trail at the 6:45 mark coming up, 8-0. This might be the do-or-die drive. Hand off to the running back. Off right guard. Can't get to the hash mark, and a late flag comes flying in. We're going to have too much, extracurriculars. Oh, a face mask. I beg your pardon. I did not see the face mask. I thought maybe we had a little extra contact after the play was over, and that was drawing the personal foul. Let's take a look. We have the replay coming up here. It's a big, big penalty. That is a big, big penalty. All right, here we go. We do have the replay. Let's see. Well, I'll tell you guys, I don't see it. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Officials far closer to the action than I am. They've done a great job all throughout the 3 days. Great job on our replay, by the way, and that camera angle to zoom in and catch the ball carrier right there in the pile. My old eyes didn't catch it. Bartholomew going to fire an incomplete pass that goes through the hands of his intended wide receiver. The intended man, number 16, Hayden Elegon II. New York man and Bartholomew trying to hit the California kid, Elegon. 2nd and 10. Your eyes do not deceive you, by the way, if you see the clock running and you're saying to yourself, wait a minute now, incomplete pass and the clock is running. Something I haven't touched on yet in the ball game. Some of the rules different here. I like to keep the clock running so the kids aren't out on the field all day here. We'll have a lot of penalties. We'll have some incomplete passes, quite obviously. So the clock does stop on some traditional downs, as you're accustomed to seeing in football. But some of the rules have been tweaked to help the kids not stay on the field for 4 hours. Clock running down now to 5.5 minutes. And a key 3rd down play coming up after that loss of a yard. Bartholomew with nothing doing. Dropped for a loss. He'll get the B squad back up to the line of scrimmage. He's got 2 wide receivers on top side. 2 backs in the backfield. Not sure that's supposed to be the set. Well, it is. He'll split them. Now they'll send the 1 back out here to the right side. So a 4 wide receiver set. And a late give on the delay. He's got yardage, and he has the 34-yard line. That's Holman again on the carry, the big guy, who they usually use when they gotta have the yardage. That big guy tough to bring down. Timeout called, team blitz, and you see why. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. There was a penalty on the play, but no matter, it wasn't enough to gain the 1st down. And so Team Beast has decided to go ahead and punt the football away. The automatic punt. So Team Beast is going to, or Team Blitz, I'm sorry, going to take over on offense. Long, long day here in Kennesaw. She's listening to the broadcast, by the way. That's the kicker to that story. She's listening to me as we speak. She's got the game pulled up on her phone, and I've put her to sleep. Not the first time. Not the first time I've done that, and certainly won't be the last. 4:15 mark we're creaming up on now. Beast with all 3 timeouts, keep in mind. So if your team blitz and you want to try to run out this clock and not give the football up, you probably need, well, you certainly need 2 first down. Handoff. Look for the line of scrimmage and can't quite get there. So first play, that's promising for Team Beast as they come up with a defensive stop. Lamons is wrapped up. He can't get back to the line of scrimmage. At what point do you use your timeouts if your Team Beast? Good shot of the scoreboard there, and the time just ticking away. It's painful, but I think if you're a Beast head coach, you want to try to wait and see if you can hold them on downs. Quarterback keeper. He'll head up the middle. Maybe you would call it off the right side, but not quite. That'll be the keeper for Ryan Manise, or Manis, the North Carolina native. M-A-N-N-I-S-E. I hope I'm not butchering your last name, Ryan. I do apologize. That was a solid carry by you, young man. Ryan Manis, I believe. North Carolina native. So it's 3rd and 8. This is what I mean. You hope, I think, if you're a Beast head coach, that you can hold them and keep all 3 of your timeouts for offense. Not going to have a lot of time remaining. We may see the first timeout called here if they hold. Well, no matter what happens on this play, a loose ball that bounces off of the chest plate of the quarterback, and Ryan able to do a great job of falling down on top of the football and saving possession. And timeout is called by Team Blitz. Can you imagine? Actually, I don't know that they actually called the timeout. I may have spoken too soon. Can you imagine if Team Beast would have recovered that fumble and had a fresh set of downs and the football right around the 40-yard line? That really would have been something. So move the ball 30 yards. And Team Beast will start at the 32-yard line. With the football, down 8-0. Lights on, and the sun setting here in Kennesaw. Good thing this game's going to be over soon. For these young men, I mean. Well, pretty much for everybody involved out here. This, again, we talk about winter time in Georgia. That's why the geese are getting out in a hurry. Because once we get past sunset, brother, the temperature going to drop out here quickly. Well, here we go. This will be your ball game. Snap to McFadden, and that is a huge first defensive play for the Blitz boys. A major loss of yardage. McFadden, nothing that young man could do on that play. Ball moved all the way back to the 22, so about a 10-yard loss or so. Clock down to 1:40. That timeout conversation I was having before might be academic. McFadden gonna fire, and it falls incomplete. So 3rd down coming up. Let's take another look at that sack, and who do you give this the credit to on this one? Young, look at that. Comes streaking in. He won't get credit for the sack. I didn't mean that, but boy, oh boy. Withers and Hooks both do a great job of flying in and making the play. I mentioned Young, though, Jaden Young, because it looked like McFadden recognized the 2 guys coming in on his right first and was going to head off to the left side, except for Jaden Young was standing there, of course. He had 3 guys who were right on top of him. 1:34 remaining in the ball game.
One more reminder about the action photos.
Blitz trying to hold on to this 8-0 lead in the 4th quarter.
Down on the field for this game and on up top of the stadium level.
officials coming in to get everybody set, get everything squared away for the last 134, so we should roll through it. Snap. McFadden looking, firing on a third down play, and it's incomplete. Unless we had a penalty on the play, we should be looking now at fourth down. Yes, indeed, a fourth down play coming up. Scoreboard incorrect here in the stadium, and that's feeding into our little scoreboard. So a fourth down play coming up. It is 21, that part is correct. McFadden with 4 wide receivers and a back to block. He'll take the snap, roll the pocket. He is under pressure. Got to hurry and get rid of it. And he's knocked out of bounds just shy of the 27-yard line. And so the Beast Squad, or the Blitz Squad, I'm sorry, the Blitz Squad will take over on offense. Well, Blitz does still have 2 timeouts, barring something absolutely wild, which sounds, you say to yourself, there's no way that'll happen. But literally, Thursday, some of the guys in the crew can probably attest to this. I'm not trying to make myself look smart by the story I'm about to tell you, but this is literally what happened. One team trying to run out the clock, and I said, well, now barring a miracle, i.e. a turnover on this very play, and this ball game's going to be over because the clock will run out because the other team had no timeouts left. And I kid you not, on that ensuing handoff, while I was saying that, during the play, the team with the lead and the possession did in fact fumble the football. The other team recovered, and I kid you not, they scored a touchdown on the very next play. Here's the kicker to the entire story. That touchdown, with no time remaining, was nullified via penalty. One of the more wild finishes, I'll tell you what, probably the wildest finish that we've had out here through the 3-day affair. Literally fumbled the football with about 10 seconds left. As I was saying that, the team that recovered the football and was losing on the very next play threw up a Hail Mary that was caught. Kid ran it down the field about 50 yards for a touchdown to tie the ball game. And then, of course, they showed us that there was a flag on the play. She's still listening to me. Wake up, dear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I put you to sleep. It's almost over. Families, fans, and friends. A lot of these people get to know each other for the first time. Sometimes they get to know each other 1 year and then see each other the next year and the year after, and so on and so forth. Jaden Young, protect the football, young man. That's your #1 job. And they are throwing the football. How about that? He finds his wide receiver, who's up over the 15-yard line, and the clock will continue to run. It's Barzy on the reception. Blake Barzy, a wide receiver out of California.
Barzy comes away with the catch.
We have had, just in the 2 days that I've been here on the play-by-play, 3 really, really tremendous finishes and some good ball games, some great individual performances. I think of Bolden's 5-touchdown performance back on Thursday. Look at Young staying with it. Jaden's been pretty good himself. Fires towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. That's dangerous, though. You don't want to get picked off here. You think of Johnson, Tyke Johnson, who had 4 touchdowns today in our first game of the day. We got a player shaken up on the field. Hate to see that. That's 24. Morin Lewis, Louisiana native. Boom on the back of his jersey. And he's been just that defensively in this ball game today, by the way. Yeah, we've seen some really tremendous individual efforts by some of these young men throughout the 3-day affair. Just for me personally, I think of Amari J. Bolden, Back on Thursday, had a 5-touchdown ball game. First, let's get to the replay and take a look at what happened to Lewis. He's going to be involved in this diving play for the football. Yeah, may have knocked the wind out of him. Came down on the turf a little hard. Yeah, Bolden, the kid I was talking about on day one, had a 5-touchdown ball game. Had 2 short touchdown runs, 2 touchdown runs of 50-plus yards, and had a scoop and score on a fumble while he was playing defense in the linebacker position. Scooped up a fumble and went 90 yards for the touchdown. And of course, another big-time performance, as I mentioned, Tyke Johnson, kid who had 4 touchdown rushes this morning in our very first ball game, but no ordinary 4 touchdown rushes, 3 of which he started working to one side, was sealed off by the defense, and then came back to the other side for long highlight reel type touchdowns. Young out of the shotgun. 42 seconds remaining. Gonna hand off. Big back coming to the near side. This kid not used to rushing the football, at least not today, but Johnson with a nice gainer down inside the 5-yard line, and gosh, I hate it, but he looks shaken up as well. Came down hard on his backside. He's shaken up. Now he pops up and is headed off the field. We do have a flag on the play, by the way.
Penalty against the Blitz.
Penalty couldn't be called on the boys in green and blue and move the Blitz team back. They got down inside the 5-yard line, and that'll be nullified. Push them back to the 15-yard line. Final 30 seconds. Team Beast needs a turnover in the worst way. I'll tell you, Blitz not kneeling down. Shoot, they threw the ball 3 plays ago. So if the Beast is going to be able to get a turnover, well, I mean, it's possible. It is possible. They're having Jaden Young throw the football, for goodness sake. He's got 3 wide receivers here. Directing traffic, make it 4 wide receivers because he pushes the far man out on the left side. He'll take the snap. Now the conventional handoff to the little guy who's wrapped up in the middle of the field. Will Team Beast use their final timeout? Indeed. And stop the clock at 23:05. So, barring a turnover on our next snap of the football, the boys of Team Blitz going to get themselves a victory. End of another calendar year of youth football and high school football. What a great season it was across the country. In so many states, so many records falling across the country. I cover high school football for a living here in the great state of Georgia, and we had numerous major all-time records fall. Every year, the athletes seem to just get bigger, stronger, and faster. Records continue to fall, and players just become so far advanced. Beast needs a turnover. Blitz needs to simply hold on to it. Young takes the snap, and would you believe he was looking to throw the football? Flag on the play. He is going to throw the football, and it's incomplete. Mercy. A hold on the Blitz team. It's not over yet. Beast team going to decline that last penalty, by the way. And 4th down coming up. So now you got a decision here. What will this play call be? Well, and if you were Team Beast, you'd give anything to have one more timeout. Another 4 wide receiver set, by the way, to spread them out. And they're throwing yet again into the end zone and incomplete. My goodness. Well, if you're Team Beast, you're going to get one last shot at it at 8.3. Everybody's going to play like this on their scorecard, especially when you coach youth football, rather. You've got to have maybe not a hokey play, or maybe you don't even classify it as a trick play, but a play to where you know that you can find one guy and try to get them with isolation, to where if they make the catch on a play like this, they'll be able to streak into the clear. That's kind of what you're going to be looking for here. Don't be surprised to maybe see a double pass of some sort, or a reverse to a wide receiver who ends up passing the football. That's also very, very possible. McFadden in as the quarterback. He's directing traffic, pushing guys out. They got 3 wide receivers, trips to the left side. The speedy quarterback takes the snap, he'll fire, and it's incomplete. That play took about 5 seconds, so they'll actually get one more play out of it. Not sure what that play was supposed to be, quite frankly. Almost looked like they were trying to set up a screen. It's kind of a funny looking play there. He did throw it behind the line of scrimmage. Great point by the guys in the truck. Well, officials talking about it, and it looks like, despite their conversation, we're going to stay at 2nd and 10. Beast having the possession and one final crack at it. It'll take a minor miracle here. These guys to get down the field and score. 3 wide receivers on the right side. I'll mark that and make it 2 to each side now. McFadden takes the snap, got it back into block, and fittingly, Team Blitz comes in for the sack that ends up being the icer. That'll draw our ball game to a close, and Team Blitz with the 8-0 victory. Young to Le Mans, our lone touchdown of the ball game, the 2-point conversion added to it. 8-0 is your final. Team Blitz with the victory over Team Beast in our final game of the 3-day affair. What a great 3 days it's been here in Metro Atlanta. Kennesaw has played hosts so very well. Fifth Third Bank Stadium on the Kennesaw State University campus here in Metro Atlanta. Thanks to our entire crew on the production side. Thanks to everyone at Kennesaw State. Thanks to everyone at OD, at Offense Defense Football. Everyone at Offense Defense Bowl. So for everyone here, all the great highlights that we've seen throughout the 3 days, I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us right back here on the OD Bowl YouTube channel.